Hey everybody, greetings from the dank basement. I am Paul Shalbetter, your wicked Uncle Squiddy. How are you doing today? You know, about a month or so ago, my good friend Paul P. in Pennsylvania sent me a number of McChrystal's snuffs, the 4.5 mini tins. He sent me 4 of them. And at the time he sent them, he said, I don't think that you have reviewed any of these. Well, in fact, Paul, I have. I went back and looked. The thing of it is, though, they were done, those reviews were done back when snuffs could be named after their actual aroma. The European Union, of which England at the time was a member, changed labeling laws for nasal snuff, and it couldn't show any fruit flavors or anything that might tempt children to put tobacco up their nose. Good intentions and the road to hell and all of that. But anyway, so the Sicilian burst you sent me was reviewed as mild lemon. The Stargazer you sent me, I reviewed as McChrystal's Anise. The Sunblast or Summer Blast, I forget what it's called, that's their raspberry menthol. And in fact, I did review that many, many years ago. I've also reviewed their chocolate snuff, the Aztec, which you did not send me. The one that I could not find a review for is their hops scented snuff. Used to be called Hopsenschnupf. It is now called Fine Keg. Now, I've got the 3. I reviewed the raspberry menthol already for you. But I'm going to hit all 3 of these, mostly because I owe you. It was a nice gift. Thank you very much, Paul. And I'll go through and just re-review these really quickly. Now, here's what I will say about all 3 of them before we get started. First of all, in my opinion and to my tastes, McChrystal's has the best and most consistent grind of any of the big English snuff makers. Yes, Sir Walter Scott's does a fine job. Wilson's is very consistent. Toke is very consistent. They're all pretty close. But I do think McChrystal's has the edge in both the quality of the grinding, milling of the tobacco, but also in the quality of the base tobacco. They have marvelous base tobaccos. Another advantage of the McChrystal's range is they are fairly ubiquitous. If you can find no other snuff while you're traveling, you can usually find the McChrystal's Original and Genuine, or ONG. And that's usually available in tobacco shops and often in duty-free stores in airports. So you can find it. But let's get to these. Now, these are all going to be slightly different. The base tobacco, I believe, is the same for all of them. Yeah, that would be the aniseed. I'm going to save that one for last because the odor is quite strong. I've taken the liberty of opening these. That would be the mild lemon, and it's gotten milder since they started making it. And this little devil would be... No, that's the chocolate. I've already reviewed the Aztec. Wait a minute. What the hell? Oh, there's the fine keg. Okay, let's whiff this. I think I might start with this one. That's the summer... Wait a minute. Yeah, that's the summer blast. Where did I put the hops? In the beer. Okay, I better move these 2 out of the way so I don't confuse them. Just put them next to the magic weed pipe. Is this the hop snuff? Yeah, oh yeah. I got it on my nose. Yeah, this is definitely the hops snuff called Fine Keg. So I'm going to review this. My voice, I got a little laryngitis this morning. Or this afternoon. Is it afternoon yet? I'm not sure. Mrs. Squinty took off with her sister, and they're going to go. She has a medical appointment today up in Minneapolis, about 50 miles from where we live. But then she and her sister are going to drive around Minnesota, and they're going to visit the town where the story Little House on the Prairie takes place. And they're going to go to Pipestone, Minnesota, which produces rare clay that Native American tribes used to make, still do, make pipes with. As a matter of fact, it is a protected place. You cannot take some of the pipestone to make your own stone. They frown on that. That's all the property of the Native Americans of the region. Well, this is really interesting. I should have sniffed the tin. Well, I kind of did when I was sorting them. Boy, there's just not a lot of here. Yeah, I definitely get a hint of hops. It's beery, but very, very mild. The top notes, the aromas, the casing, whatever. Excuse me, the topping. They really don't uh, sublimate the tobacco at all with this one. I tell you what, if you're looking for a snuff that's nearly a plain snuff, but with just a little in it, this might be your snuff. Again, the nicotine on these is slightly lower than average, maybe. For me, these are not nicotine powerhouses, but again, I've got a pretty high nicotine tolerance. I'm going to pause the video just a second. Turn this down so my speech doesn't blow you out. I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to blow my nose, and I'll be back in just a second.
Pause video base.
Well, I guess there is a lesson to be learned after letting it develop for another few minutes, then blowing it out. This snuff actually impressed me a little bit more. You can't really detect the hops as hops. There is a beery sort of scent, mostly in the tin. But what you do get is a really nice herbal note on top of the excellent base tobacco. It makes me round up my estimation of the snuff from my initial impression of a 3 out of 5 to a 4 out of 5 on the squinty scale. Let's continue. We've got 2 more of these that I have not yet reviewed. Gifts from, I reviewed them, but you know what I'm saying. These are the ones Paul P. from Pennsylvania sent me, and I owe him at least a quick review. Okay. Now, in the tin, this Sicilian Burst smells quite a lot milder than I remember mild lemon being. Although I've had the Sicilian Burst, this is apparently either an old tin or it's underscented, at least from the tin note. Again, the McChrystal's grind, medium, silky, beautiful, easy to sniff, no problem with the grind, and I'm sure that the base tobacco will be really, really good. So let's take a pinch of the formerly known as mild lemon Sicilian Burst. And again, thank you, Paul. I appreciate all these. Here we go. Cheers. Yeah, I used to prefer mild lemon over Wilson's Grove, formerly known as Lemon Grove. I think the Wilson's product has a slight edge because in addition to the lemon zest scent, it also features lemon blossoms in the scenting. And but this smells really good to me. The lemon is not overpowering. Nicotine on this one is about the same as the other. It's slightly below average, but only slightly. And it is lovely. I mean, it's absolutely lovely. This is one that I rated a 5 out of 5, and I will continue to do so, even though I think this particular tin is just a little bit light in scent. I remember Sicilian Burst as having a little more lemony punch, but again, my nose might be still a bit confused from the hops snuff, the fine keg, even though I blew it out completely. I'm going to be back after I blow this one out too, and we'll do the Anise, the Stargazer, last.
Space. Resume video. Stop taking video button. Pause video recording button.
Well, that was nice.
Space.
Damn. All right. I've got that one all blown out, and that leaves the Stargazer for last. Now, I should probably save this tin and send it along to my good buddy Kevin Shinduk. Kevin has now moved from England. He now lives somewhere in Canada. I haven't spoken. Kevin, if you're watching this, if you are still alive, pop a message into the comments and send me an email with your current phone number. I'd love to talk. We can arrange a time to chat. That would be great. Yeah, I miss Kevin. Haven't talked to him for, God, a year, maybe. And Kevin loves this. This is one of Kevin's favorite McChrystal's snuffs, the Stargazer. It is a pure aniseed. Yeah, and that's what you smell when you open the tin. Again, same grind, same quality grind. Everything is hunky-dory with the grind. It's perfectly fine. I'll trim my fingernails because I'm getting snuff under them, which means my hands are not particularly clean now because I've been handling the snuff. Bad, Paul, bad. All right, here we go. I'll do this on a boxcar as well. Why not? But I know this snuff very well. It's one I take frequently. It's in my top 50 snuffs of all time. This is not a desert island snuff for me, but I sure am glad I have it when I'm craving this aroma. It is a 5 out of 5 and then some. Again, the nicotine slightly below average, but only slightly. Here we go. Cheers. See if it's as good as I remember. I'm sure it will be. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with any of these. I don't like the fine keg all that much, although I'm sure it will grow on me. Of the 4 snuffs, it is my least favorite, but it still gets a 4 out of 5. The other 3, the Stargazer, formerly Anise, the Sicilian Burst, formerly Mild Lemon, and the Sunblast, formerly Raspberry, is absolutely perfect. All 3 of them are 5 out of 5s. Nicotine is about the same across all of them. Grind is identical across all of them. So now, Paul, I have reviewed the 4 snuffs you sent me. I thank you so much for sending them to me again, friend. That's really kind of you. And please be watching because I still owe Joseph Odell one more review. I've got the Oriental Extra. I think this is it. I got the Oriental Extra I need to review, plus I've got 4 more of those Rapés Imperios do Brasil, and who knows what else. Stay tuned.